Live from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Fox Sports Houston brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight on a Saturday night, it's Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Houston Astros meet the Pittsburgh Pirates. Good evening, everybody. The Astros are 8-2 against the Pirates. Bill Brown along with Jim DeShays. We saw a game-winning 8th-inning homer last night from Carlos Lee, J.D.
Yeah, anyway, you stack it up. Carlos Lee has not had a good year, but he certainly had some big moments, including 4 game-winning home runs, 2 walk-off here in this ballpark, a big grand slam in Colorado, game winner last night. And really, Carlos, the last couple of weeks has been swinging the bat much better. He hasn't been hitting for power, but the average on the rise, the contact has been better. Typically when that happens, the power starts to come. So maybe last night, as you see flying to the Crawford boxes, is the beginning of something big for El Caballo.
Well, he is the man right now in that lineup, he and Hunter Pence, as far as home runs go. And Bud Norris is tonight's starter for the Astros, hoping to benefit from some offense against lefty Paul Maholm. We'll be back with Game 2 of this 3-game series in just a moment. Texas 4 dealers and the 2010 F-150. And by Jack in the Box. Good evening from Minute Maid Park. There was a wedding over there earlier tonight. Patty Smith covered it. We'll have more later on that. Meanwhile, baseball inside as the Pirates meet the Astros. The Astros 7-0 against the Pirates this season at Minute Maid Park. Bud Norris is warming up to face this lineup made out by John Russell. It's Andrew McCutcheon in center field. Garrett Jones moved up from 4th to 2nd tonight, playing right field. Then it's Jose Tabata in left field. Pedro Alvarez at third base. Neil Walker batting 5th tonight at second base. Ryan Domitz the catcher. Jeff Clement at first base. Argenis Diaz at shortstop. And Paul Maholm is the Pirate pitcher.
Bud Norris toes the slab for the Astros tonight. As you look at his last 3 outings, 2 wins and a no decision. The Astros have won all 3 of those ball games. Solid work last time against the Braves. 6 2/3 allowed 4 runs. Astros scored a bunch late, so Bud did not get the win, but the Astros did. He's been a bit of a lucky charm lately. 36 runs scored by the Astros in his last 3 starts.
He wouldn't mind a continuation of that trend at all as he seeks win number 5 of the year against Andrew McCutchen. The speedy leadoff man for the Pirates had 2 hits last night, stole a base and scored a run. Taking ball 1 with a .281 average. McCutchen has 9 homers. He's driven in 33. Fouls that one back, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count for Bud Norris, who's 1-1 in his career in 2 starts against the Buccos.
Fastball, slider, occasional changeup from Norris. Pirate hitters mostly, though, will be concerned with that power game, a mid-90s fastball and a good hard slider. Change piece or a sinky or something.
1-2. McCutchen out in front of it, and that could be very effective for Bud. McCutchen hit .286 last year for the Buccos. He's 23 years old. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. McCutchen has a .353 on base average this season.
Just 23 years of age, a star in the making. He's going to be a good player for a long while.
Fastball out toward right center field. A long run here. Michael Bourne laying out for it. Extra bases for McCutchen. Looks like a triple in. Will be easily as Hunter Pence gets it back in. Stand-up triple for McCutchen. His 5th 3-base hit of the season.
Yeah. Once Michael left his feet and could not make the play, you knew it was going to be 3. And the question was, with any kind of a misplay or bad relay, he might make it all the way around the bases. Michael, you got to love the effort selling out. Hunter leaps over him. He knows what's going on with McCutchen running. Can't afford to dawdle out there. And Michael get dirty early.
He did that. Now the infield will lay back for Garrett Jones. With a speedy McCutchen at third, other than Chris Johnson at third. Brad Mills will concede the run, with Jones having driven in 63. Top RBI man hitting second in the order. There's ball 1 to Jones, a .258 hitter with 16 long balls. Jones 0 for 4 in last night's game. He ropes one deep to right field. Hunter Pence looking, and that liner gets out. 2-run shot for Jones, his 17th of the year, and it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. He had been slumping. He was 7 for 55 in the last 15 games, but now what a start for the Buccos. Triple and a homer right out of the chute.
Yeah, Jones got the head out in front of that one. Looked like a fastball. Maybe he's trying to throw that changeup again. A little anger behind that one at 97 miles an hour. Just needs to kind of keep you cool out there. Try to hit some corners, stay out of the middle of the plate. Because what happens now is the Pirate hitters, they start to smell blood. You know, they get very aggressive. Hitters do in a situation like this. Come out of the gate, triple home run. They feel like they get the pitcher on the ropes in the first inning. A little pushback fastball wouldn't be a bad idea.
At shortstop, here's the throw from Sanchez. It goes wide of first base. Carlos Lee scrambles for it. And into second base now is Tabata. That's an error on Sanchez, his 3rd of the year at shortstop.
Would have been a bang-bang play at first. Tabata running well down the line. And Sanchez's throw off the mark. Carlos tries to lay out for it. It'd be kind of fun watching El Caballo down there at first base.
His first start at first since October of '99. The White Sox against Minnesota. Played 4 innings at the position about a week ago. Now Pedro Alvarez. And there's strike 1 to the third baseman, a .251 hitter with 10 homers, 32 runs batted in. Last night he was 3 for 3 with a walk, 2 singles and a double for Pedro last night.
This is Bud's second start against the Pirates this year. Pitched against them about a month ago in Pittsburgh. Allowed 7 runs, 4 earned in 4 2/3 innings.
That was a 12-6 loss for the Astros. Since then, he is 2-0 with 2 no decisions. Good hop on that one. It's a foul tip. 1-2 to Alvarez. Alvarez had his 3rd career 3-hit game last night. He had driven in runs over a stretch of 7 straight games.
It's on their way to their 18th consecutive losing season. Norris finishes them off with a good slider. But they have reasons to be optimistic. Some talented young high ceiling players now that they run out there on a daily basis, including this kid Alvarez. He just got chewed up by that slider.
Neil Walker's another in that department. Hitting .306 as a rookie with 5 homers, 34 runs batted in. Walker has a .352 on base average. Batting 5th instead of 3rd tonight. Norris catches the inside edge. There's strike 1. Walker's hit .345 against Houston pitching. He drove in the Pirates' only run last night with a single. With runners on base, his average is .376.
Plan to pull in the infield. That's pretty tight to the line. Keppinger a step or 2 to his left. Sanchez sliding toward the middle. Minute Maid Park has not been kind to Bud this year. 1-4 with an ERA of 6. Giving up a lot of home runs here.
Got him on strikes. That high rider Walker's down. Strikeout number 2 in a row for Norris.
Busted that fastball right by him. No chance to get to that one. And a swing where a hitter about halfway through knows. Bad idea to offer that.
Now Ryan Doumit returns to be the catcher tonight. Chris Snyder caught last night. Doumit looks at one for strike 1. .261 is his average. He has 8 homers. He's driven in 34. Doumit had a nice game Thursday against Colorado. Or San Diego, rather. He reached base in 3 of his 4 plate appearances, including a double. Turned back towards second by Bud Norris. Bud is taking the start on 4 days rest tonight, originally scheduled to go to Nelson Figueroa. Nelson was pushed back to Tuesday, had to get some tests done. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Q coming out of his crouch there, wanting that high fastball, such an effective weapon against Walker. Why not try it with Doumit? I don't know Bud's perspective on it, but I never liked it when the catcher came out of the crouch like that. It kind of freaked me out. Seems to be the norm now. A lot of guys do it when they want the high fastball.
1-2 to Doumit now with the acquisition of Chris Snyder in the trade with Arizona. Doumit's freed up to play some outfield. Also played some first base in his career. He's made 75 starts behind the plate this year, including this one. And the home plate umpire, David Rackley, calls him for swinging at that. So Norris strikes out the side, but he shakes his head. Leadoff triple and a homer from the first 2 batters. Make it 2-0 Pittsburgh. The pitch in this game. Here's the lineup for Brad Mills facing Mulholland tonight. Michael Bourne center field. Angel Sanchez shortstop. Hunter Pence right field. Carlos Lee first base. Jeff Kevinger second base. Jason Michaels left field. Chris Johnson third base. Humberto Quintero catcher. Bud Norris pitcher.
And we look at left-hander Paul Mulholland, who has struggled in his last 3 outings, allowing 18 runs total. Sunday against Colorado, 2 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. That coming after a dandy against the Astros about a month ago. Complete game shutout in Pittsburgh.
Michael Bourne takes a look at it. It's ball 1 from Mulholland. Bourne stole another base last night, number 39 of the season for the National League leader. Goes 0 for 3 with a walk. Puts this one in the air. The left fielder, Tabata, moves over. 1 out for Mulholland. Yeah, that was a dandy game for Mulholland. A 9-0 win over Roy Oswalt in Pittsburgh. Gave up just 3 hits, all singles. Nobody reached second base. It was his second career shutout, and both have come at the expense of the Astros. Shut them out also in 07.
Yeah. He was very good. Commanded that outside corner last time very well. Likes to sink and then cut his fastball. Has a good changeup.
Ball 1 to Sanchez. 291 for Angel. No homers. 14 runs batted in. After the game, Carlos Lee was doing some interviews. Sanchez was 2 for 4. Carlos credited Sanchez's 2-out single in the 8th with really getting things moving, and then that set the table with Hunter Pence walking and Carlos delivering a 3-run homer. 1-1 the count. Sanchez has hit safely in 9 of his last 11. Mulholland casts the curveball out, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Paul, with 134 innings under his belt, has a 4.90 earned run average. But he's beaten the Astros more than he's beaten any other team, with 9 wins and 5 losses lifetime. It's whacked out to left center field, but waiting there is Tabata. 2 outs. Our Jack in the Box standings will show you who has the most hits against the NL Central teams this year. Hunter Pence has the most, 72. Albert Pujols is second. Then it's Ryan Braun and Marlon Byrd with 65. As he comes up, he is 1 for 3 in this series so far. 276 for the season. 15 homers, 59 runs batted in. He also drew that key walk and scored on the Lee homer in the 8th inning last night. Strike 1 to Pence. He's hit .394 against the Buccos this season with a couple of homers and 6 driven in. One ball, 1 strike. Mulholland beginning a string of left-handers who will be facing the Astros. Nobody wants a birthday home run from Hunter.
Not too much to ask.
Talk about home runs being requested a little bit later. Line drive to right field and caught by Jones. That's a quick first for Mulholland. All the outs in the air and a 2-0 Pirate lead after 1. DeMontron Chevrolet for their support of Texas City Little League. For more info on Chevy's commitment to youth baseball, visit ChevyTexasBaseball.com. This is a 10-game homestand for the Astros. They lost 2 of 3 to Atlanta. They won last night. Now Bud Norris, trailing 2-0, faces Jeff Clement. Dealing ball 1, and the New York Mets will come in starting Monday night to begin a 4-game set. Clement at 199 has been up and down between AAA Indianapolis and the big club. With 7 home runs, one of those coming earlier this year off Roy Oswalt.
He does not get cheated. Takes a very aggressive swing. You can pitch him much like Bud pitched those hitters last inning, up above the hands with a fastball. If you get ahead, he'll chase.
But it's 3-0 right now for Bud Norris. It was a weird first inning. Triple homer, error, 3 strikeouts. Three balls and a strike. David Rackley is the home plate umpire. He's a newcomer.
Well, it looks like he's going to have a pretty generous strike zone on the inside corner.
Bouncer over the mound, trickles on through into center field. Clement gets a leadoff single.
Which is significantly better than the way the first inning started, so we'll take it.
Carlos Lee holding him. Not sure how many starts Carlos will get at first base. Brad Mills not really committing on that, but the Astros could potentially be facing 4 left-handed starters in a span of the next 6 games, including this one. So he selected this left-handed starter, Mahalam. Been tougher on left-handed hitters than some of the others who are going to be facing the Astros, to get Carlos in at first base and Jason Michaels in left field. Arenas Diaz is the shortstop, taking strike 1. 3 hits and 8 at-bats since the Pirates put a uniform on him. 1 for 3 in last night's game. He has a good defensive reputation. Ronnie Cedeno's been their everyday shortstop, but he's had a left shoulder injury. Not thought to be long term. 1 ball, 1 strike, left shoulder impingement. Ronnie's been taking some ground balls, but meanwhile, while he hopes to get over that injury, it's this 23-year-old from Venezuela who gets a shot. First time in the big leagues this year.
Oh,
watch out for that son.
Yeah. And Bud likes to throw over there a lot, and he's very quick, so he's going to have to be careful. Clement's not a base stealer. I wouldn't be too concerned with him.
Looping liner to right field, drops in for a hit. Clement to second base. Hunter Pence gets to it on the single by Diaz. First and second, nobody out for the pitcher Mahalam now. Let's go to Patty Smith.
Well, guys, tomorrow the Astros take on these very same Pirates at 105. And the first 10,000 kids 14 and under will receive a chest protector backpack courtesy of Coca-Cola and HEB. Sundays also Family Sundays presented by Minute Maid and Kroger, including a kids' fun zone. Visit Astros.com for tickets, Bill.
Thanks, Patty. We know you attended a wedding earlier tonight. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I did attend the wedding, and in fact, I'm working my way up to the bride and groom right now as we speak. I'm going to tell you all the details about it, but it was really very, very cool and very Astro-related. So stand by in the next half inning.
It was over at Union Station.
I thought maybe Bo and Sarah got married. We thought we would have a happy ending after all, but apparently not.
Paul Mahalam at 089 is going to be asked to bunt here. He has 2 sacrifice bunts. And he puts this one down foul. There's strike 1 to Mahalam.
I'm trying to steer that ball toward third base to take away the play at third, but I don't think he has to be too fine in this situation. So where you get yourself into trouble as a bunter if you try to direct that ball too much and you push a couple foul, then you end up punching out. His goal should be just to make sure he gets it out in front of home plate fair, get it away from Quintero. That would be the primary objective.
Mahalam, 28 years old, wants this one fair. Johnson gets it over to Keppinger covering. And the sacrifice is number 3 of the year for Mahalam.
That certainly makes it easy on the base runners, and the third baseman has to come in and handle it. Nice job by Mahalam. Morris didn't have to settle in here and and get a pretty good hitter in McCutcheon. Astros will keep the middle of the infield back. Base hit, scores 2.
Andrew McCutcheon has that RBI opportunity. He tripled to right center back in the first inning. Strike 1 to McCutcheon. He eats up ground with those long strides. Probably the type of hitter who's going to get a ton of triples in his career if he stays healthy. There's that high target in the pitch there for strike 2. Pirates have lost 5 in a row. It's 16 of 21 now.
But the strikeout pitcher averaging better than a strikeout per inning, and that's exactly what he needs here. So take a couple shots out of the zone, way up with a fastball, or down and away with a slider. See what get him to chase. That's got to be your thinking.
Good to see groundskeeper Willie Berry out of Minute Maid Park for the first time in weeks tonight. He's been undergoing some treatments, and Willie looked good. Good pitch right in the mouth. Strikeout number 4. Oh, he had him thinking high heater, and then he dropped the slider low and away on him.
That's exactly what happened. McCutcheon said, well, I'm not going to chase that high heater. And then he saw the ball down and said, well, I better go after it. Big punch up.
Now it's Garrett Jones. He ripped the line drive 2-run homer in the first inning. He really came on like gangbusters in the second half of the year last year. Ball 1 to Jones. 26 of his first 37 homers as a Pirate were solo shots. He had a man on when he connected earlier.
Dangerous count now, 2 balls, no strikes. They've got a base open. Pretty good hitter on deck in Tabata, but just would not give in and throw a cookie here. Got a good runner down and away.
3-0 for Bud Norris. Hunter Wendelstedt is the umpire at third. Makes those check swing calls on left-handed hitters.
Go ahead and put him on now.
Well, the intentional walk loads the bases for Tabata. Reached on the air by Sanchez.
Well, under plenty of pressure in the first inning. Now facing a bases loaded situation in the second. Huge at bat here with 2 outs.
Jose has now played 55 Major League games. He's been held hitless in back-to-back games last 2 nights for the first time in his career. That's strike 1.
Yeah, I kind of like this strike zone.
We're going to write to Major League Baseball about David Rackley, keeping him around.
We'll call him Rack 'em Up Rackley.
1 ball and 1 strike. People who have late Saturday night destinations will love the pace of this game, the way it has started with David Rackley calling the strikes. Punched out on a line. Kepinger's there to catch it. The intentional walk leads to a line out with the bases loaded to end the second. No run scoring on 2 hits. 3 men left. 2-0 Pittsburgh.
about the wedding that Bill has been talking about that I attended earlier. It was these guys right here. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Clint Shrout. And you guys are obviously huge Astro fans. We attended your wedding. Tell us a little bit about it and why you chose to do that here, Sharon.
Well, we are definitely huge Astro fans, but we're also huge baseball fans. And we love baseball. We've loved it since we were kids, and we wanted to share this day with all of our friends and family doing something we love, and wanted to share baseball with everyone that loves us. So this is why we decided to make them all come to the game.
And this is exactly what you wore, your white bride's jersey, your black jersey. You guys were down there on the field with the Astros taking BP, and I don't know which you had a bigger smile on your face was with. You were down there talking to Biggio and Bagwell, or with Clint, but I see you got their autographs and everything. I know you're quite a collector as well.
Oh, the autographs were awesome. It was fun just being on the field, getting to experience the whole thing, and just enjoying the whole experience of the game, getting all the autographs, meeting the players, and now we're married, so that's the best part.
And what's been the best part of the day for you, Sharon?
Okay, so Biggio and Bagwell signed the back of my jersey, and I think that falls just shy of my beautiful wedding ring.
All right, well, we're looking at the kiss right now. I know it was a little toasty in there, and you were very sweet and wiped his brow. Very, very wifey already.
Well, we've been really good companions. We've traveled the world. We've gone all over the world. We've been to most of the Major League Baseball stadiums and NFL football stadiums, and it's just a good centerpiece for our travels and journeys. And doing it here was really nice. And I was just really glad that the Astros were so accommodating, and Minute Maid Park and Aramark were wonderful, and the front office staff, they were great.
All right, well, you guys enjoy a long, happy life together. Congratulations. I'm glad you're able to share it out here at the place that you enjoy the most.
Thank you very much, Patty.
All right, Bill.
Quite a story, Patty. Yes, they are toasting a happy couple. Carlos Lee grounded out to Clement, and then Keppinger hit the ground ball to Alvarez and threw him out. So Paul Maholm set down 5 in a row. Jason Michaels at 252 with 7 homers has driven in 22. Last 33 games when he's had an at-bat, he's hit 317. Added strike 1 to J. Mike. He's hitting 273 against Southpaws this year. Holland, though, has saved some of his best stuff for the Astros. Curveball works for strike 2.
I mentioned it earlier, 9-5 in his career against the Astros. Last time we saw him, he threw that dandy, the shutout. In this ballpark, he's 4-4 in ERA up above 5.
Line into right field. Michaels becomes the first Astro base runner, takes the big turn when Jones drops the ball. He's aboard for Johnson now.
Now, Ryan Doumit, the catcher for the Pirates tonight, has really struggled throwing out base runners. That's why they acquired Chris Snyder, who would be the primary catcher. But Doumit's going to get some time back there. John Russell probably figures, well, with a lefty on the mound, they're probably less inclined to run, so this might be a good time to catch Ryan. I don't think if you're the Astros you can afford to shut down your running game because there's a lefty on the mound.
Chris Johnson looks at strike 1. CJ begins the night at 359. Has 5 homers, 33 runs batted in, 1 for 4 last night. He's reached base in 25 straight games. Since the All-Star break, he leads the majors in batting average at 424. Ties for the RBI lead in the National League at 25.
I'm not so sure about that.
Looked like a check to us, but Alan Porter disagrees.
Hey, Porter. Hey, Porter.
More like a swing on that.
Give it to him.
Quintero on deck with the 0-2 count on Johnson.
He'll hang this breaking ball now. Sinker. Slider.
And it is in the dirt. Nope. He struck him out, and the play goes 2-3 to complete the strikeout to end the second inning. No runs a hit, and the man left for the Astros. 2-0 Pirates after 2. River guys, Bob Aspromonte joins us for a couple of innings. We like to have guests on Saturday night, and you're going to be a great guest. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you, Bill. Hey, Jim. Good
Bob,
seeing
good to be
you.
with you.
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. How's your summer going?
Pretty hot. Is that much golf out there?
No. This is difficult for golf. Pirates come up in the third inning now with Alvarez. You're getting a chance, and we know you have season tickets, so you're out here a lot, Bob. And as a member of the original Old 45s and the third Sacker, and nobody, we have a trivia question about that later, so let's not give that away. But we'll talk about some things that you did with your hitting exploits in your career. Now you're getting a chance to watch a lot of young guys like the Astros third baseman Chris Johnson and the Pirates third baseman here, Pedro Alvarez. That's one thing about this game. It just keeps on turning over players, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does, Bill. I am really impressed with Chris Johnson. I think he positions himself well. He's quick with his hands. Excellent bat. Strong home run hitter eventually. There's a nice combination out there right now.
Yes. You came up with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and you were a shortstop then.
Oh, yes, but I was 17 years old, Bill. Out of high school, I joined the Brooklyn Dodgers. It was incredible. I'll never forget those days. I was alongside the Pee Wee Reeses, Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges. It was an incredible time for a 17-year-old experience, something like that.
And being in New York.
That's right.
So this is 1950, what? When you joined the Dodgers?
1956.
56.
Yeah, 1950.
So have you seen this documentary on HBO where they kind of go through the history of the Brooklyn Dodgers and then the move to L.A.? Have you seen that?
Jim, that was incredible.
Pretty amazing,
Brought
huh?
back incredible memories. And the story about O'Malley and what he did and how he did it, the transfer of the Brooklyn Ball Club to Los Angeles and all the different transitions that took place. It was an incredible experience to witness because I played with L.A. as well.
Right, sure.
And then, of course, joining the Houston franchise when it came in '62. Jackie Robinson gave you a baseball glove, didn't he, in Brooklyn?
I took infield practice with Peter Reese and Jackie Robinson. I had an oversized outfielder's glove, which I knew nothing any differently because I played with that in high school. And he come over to me and says, "Bobby, that glove is an outfielder's glove. You need to try it." And he threw me his glove, and we started taking infield practices. And he says, "Isn't that a lot more comfortable?" I said, "It really is, Jackie." I was not going to say anything different. but he was so warm to me and took care of me. And Gil Hodges is a very special individual. And that's the reason why I wore number 14 because of Gil Hodges.
Walker at the plate, the count 1-2 after Bud Norris struck out Alvarez. You've seen this Astro team turn over this year, Bob, as you've come out and watch games in your seats. Do you like what you're seeing from the Bud Norrises of the world and the young players?
I really do, and I'm glad it's happening now. I think the transition is incredibly important to do it now, given the experience for a good 2 months of the last part of the season. And next year, I'm impressed with Carl. I'm really impressed with Kippinger. I mean, he's done an outstanding job all year long in a very difficult situation, and it's good to see that in the youngsters. I think we're in for a nice surprise here next couple of years.
Good slider there for Norris. Gets some strikeout number 6 for Bud. Now, Bob, you talked about the mentors you had on the Dodgers. What about when you were taken by the Colt 45s and you came to Houston? How did that whole team fit together that first year?
Well, Paul Richards handled it so differently than the New York Mets because he was an established ball club for a number of years, and he went with the older name players like the Gil Hodges and the Duke Snyders. And Paul Richards came here with a lot of young players. But he stabilized it with the Eddie Cascos and Nellie Foxes, so we would learn a lot at the same time of getting our experience. It was probably one of the most satisfying experiences to play here. Watch this incredible dome stadium being built and we're playing right alongside it. It was an incredible time to see the Houston Ball Club.
Carlos like good play, yeah. You like that one, Bob?
Good play.
Carlos takes care of
got good hands.
I like to see him there.
That was Aspromonte-like. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Stand by, 5-hour energy. A good night for ice cream, and there's plenty of it there. It's 2-0 Pirates here, bottom of the third coming up. Paul Baspermonte, our guest, and we were talking about it being too hot for golf, but in 62, you were playing outside this time.
That's exactly. But there was an age difference, though, Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
We were 20, 21 years old at that time.
So you went from L.A., Southern California, Dodger Stadium, to Houston Colts Stadium, and that had to be a little bit of a shocker.
And in the month of August, we had these kind of temperatures, too. We played outdoors. The older ball players really had some problems with it, but it was really a fun time.
Quintero grounding out on out number 1. Here's that trivia we have. And you will know the answer to this AT&T trivia. Who are the 3 players who lead the Astros all time with 6 Grand Slams for a career? We'll give you fans a chance to think about that. And you know the answer, but there's a story to go. Yeah, he knows one of them. As Bud Norris comes up. But those days in the heat in that temporary stadium and the mosquitoes, and the fans really were fans to come out to those games, weren't they?
They were fans. And it was interesting because this is the first year of the franchise. It was a great experience with the people of Houston. Remember, then there was only 500,000 people in the city of Houston. And Judge Roja Fines and Bob Smith, what they did here was an incredible period of time for the growth of the city, but how they went about it with the Dome Stadium.
You had the wool uniforms then?
Yeah, that was a good idea.
But we did cut them off at the knees.
Were you jealous years later when you saw the White Sox players wearing shorts for their games?
I wasn't too impressed with that one.
You're old school, though.
I know.
Bounce it goes foul for Bud Norris. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, so many changes since then in the game. Now we're sitting here in a beautiful air-conditioned stadium. Everybody's completely comfortable. But yet the game is still pretty close to what you played, isn't it?
Most definitely, Bill. There's an incredible amount of talent nowadays in our time, and actually with the number of ball clubs.
There's an infield hit. So Bud Norris. He can run. Hit number 5 of the year for Bud.
That was something I couldn't do very well. Let's beat out the infield hit.
It's hit number 2 for the Astros, deflected by Mahalam. And Michael Bourne will be coming up. Think back to your Colt 45s days. Do you have anybody near the speed of Michael Bourne? First of all, let's talk about the Grand Slam hitters, the all-time club leaders. Bob Aspromonte, Jeff Bagwell, Carlos Lee. 6 Grand Slams. That happened in a pretty short period of time for you. A couple of them, and this is the most interesting story that many fans will recall about Bob, is that there was a young man growing up in Arkansas named Bill Bradley. Was 9 years old, and he was playing in a Little League game, and lightning hit him as he was drinking at a metal fountain. He was blinded and came to Houston for surgery to try to restore his sight. And that's when you met him, Bob.
It was an incredible feeling to see this young boy at 9 years old completely blinded by what happened on the field. And coming here for the help from Dr. Louis Gerard. And I went to visit him in the hospital. Brought him the baseball and the bat and the glove, and it really made him feel very comfortable. And then while I was leaving the room, he says, "Bobby, could you hit me a home run?" I said, "Okay, not a home run here, but I'll give you my best effort." And sure enough, in the last thing, I hit that home run for that little boy, and it was an incredible time.
And then he had to come back for more surgeries from Arkansas. He was listening to games on radio then, and you were his favorite player. And 2 of those 6 Grand Slams we saw that you hit were upon request again from Bill Bradley, weren't they?
That's right. It was a real true divine intervention story, how the first operation, the first one eye, he went through a lot of agony there for a period of time. And he came out to the ballpark with his family, and Gene Nelson at the time was always saying, "This one's for you, Billy. This one's for you, Billy." And the fans sought to pick it up. It was the last of the ninth inning. We were down by 2 runs. The bases loaded. Boom, and I hit the grand slam home run. And we had Billy on top of the dugout and all the players and everybody. It was a very emotional time for naturally me and the players. But to see little Billy's reaction was just great. He goes back home, and then the following year he comes back, and he had the other eye operated on. And this way he said, Bobby, would you give me another home run that I can see, that I can really see what you have done? And this little boy says, Bobby, please do that. And I said, Billy, I'm getting a lot of help hitting these home runs. And the last of the first inning, another grand slam home run for him. So it was a very emotional time.
Oh, boy. Strikeout number 2 for Paul Mulholland, and
It's amazing.
and you have recently been together with Bill Bradley and Dr. Louis Gerard.
We had a Houston Eye Associates banquet, and we honored Louis Gerard, Bill Bradley, and myself at the same time. And that's 40 years later to come back and see us all together.
That's an amazing story. Angel Sanchez hit a fly ball to left earlier.
And so, in Billy's vision, how much did he get back?
He got back a tremendous amount. He was very uncomfortable for a while, but the story goes on where after 2 years, and like I said, Gene Ellis always had, this one's for you, Billy. Well, I got a great article from El Rocco, Arkansas paper. The story does not end. He comes back, this one's for you, Billy and Bobby, and he pitched a 7-inning no-hit.
Oh, is that right?
It's an incredible story.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nash Entertainment did a nice half-hour video on it for the last couple of years. And it's got people are very emotionally involved.
Well, some of the fans might recall seeing that program because it's aired on this channel. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the people who attend a charity golf tournament for Taping for the Blind on Monday, October 11th, will get a chance to see that too. And we're pleased, JD, you and I, to co-host it and be honoring Bob for all his work in the blind community. And if you want more information, you can email kmoser at tapingfortheblind.org or call 713-622-2767.
A fun event, and I promise you the weather will be better than it is right now. Golf weather in October.
It's going to be at Willow Fork Country Club in Katy, Texas. And yeah, we're looking forward. We have a lot of great celebrities who have been lined up. Harry Durker and Shane Reynolds, Bill Garner and Art Howe, and it goes on and on, isn't it?
Well, you've done a tremendous job for you. When you look at Taping for the Blind, the involvement that you have been involved in for a number of years, it's really an incredible need that's taking place right there to help these blind people.
Well, thanks to you guys for being a part of this, and we're really looking forward to a very enjoyable day of it. Going to have some different things out there, Bob, that you may not have seen on the golf course before, so you golfers will be challenged. Alvarez throws from behind third, gets the force play at second, and that's the way the 3rd inning ends. And Bob Aspermani, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, Bill, really enjoyed it. Jim, pleasure.
Thanks, Bob.
Good to see you.
2-0 Pittsburgh. Cancer Center, making cancer history. 1979, August 14th, Spaceman Bill Lee surrendered a 2-run inside the park homer to Houston's noted flake, Joaquin Andujar.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of the all-time great flake matchups right there.
Yeah. You know that. Andujar was a switch hitter. He was a character. Junction Jack, always congenial with the fans, helping out with photos here in this 2-0 ball game. We go to the 4th inning, and the Pirates have their 7, 8, 9 hitters due up against Bud Norris. They've collected 4 hits. Game started and really erupted for Pittsburgh with a triple by McCutchen and a 2-run homer by Jones. Clemens singled in the 2nd inning to center field. And he reached third base, but then Norris got tough and got Tabata with the bases loaded on a line out to second.
It's been the biggest at-bat of the game. Because if he whacks one in the alley, probably clears the bases, and we're in a 5-0 ball game. Now it's still just 2-0, very manageable situation.
.05 start tomorrow. Jay Happ and Jeff Karstens will be the starting pitchers. In the series finale, the Astros still have 3 games to go in September in Pittsburgh. Now 3 balls and a strike. The Mets series opens at 7:05 Monday night. It'll be Wandy Rodriguez and Jonathan Neese in a matchup of lefties. Tuesday night at 7:05, it's Nelson Figueroa and Johan Santana. Wednesday at 7:05, Brett Myers and R.A. Dickey. Dickey with a 1-0 gem over the Phillies last night.
Looking at numbers on Bob Aspermani's career, he had 60 home runs in his career. 6 grand slams out of 60 is pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
And then 3 home runs promised out of 60. I mean, that's Ruthian.
It's just not that easy to do, as you know, JD, to promise a kid a home run and deliver, especially 2 grand slams. Diaz on deck as Clement has a 3-2 coming, and he whiffed on it. Number 7 for Norris.
All swinging, and that's his game. The high fastball, and now a good tight slider. Clement looking fastball there, 3-2, fooled by the backdoor slider.
7 strikeouts for Bud. He whiffed 10 against Tampa Bay in 5 innings here on May 23rd. That's his major league high. Diaz fouls it. There's strike 1. He singled to right field in the 2nd inning. Cubs beat the Cardinals 3-2 in St. Louis, beating Chris Carpenter. That's hard to do in St. Louis.
Well, Zambrano got the win. First win since June. Since the implosion.
Yeah. Zambrano now 4-6. He went 5 2/3. Pretty good for his first start back in the rotation. Carlos Marmol got his 20th save. Carpenter, even though he gave up 3 runs in 6 innings, allowed a couple of long balls. Ramos Ramirez is 17th. Derek Lee is 14th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the first place Redbirds fell at home 3-2, and that gives Cincinnati an opening. It's 0-0 Florida at Cincinnati after 2. Still a 1-2 count for Bud Norris. He's thrown 64 pitches. Bud is 6th among starters in the National League in strikeouts per 9 innings, averaging 9.13 Ks per 9. For his career, he's averaging right on 1 strikeout per inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Astros 8-2 against the Pirates this season. Houston has outscored Pittsburgh 48-37. Pirates had a couple of blowout wins in Pittsburgh. Here's Sanchez on the run with a stretch by Lee for out number 2. Let's look ahead to Monday night and the New Yorkers coming in.
Well, we got a 4-game set with Montreal now with the Mets Monday through Thursday. And on Tuesday, you can get 2 outfield deck tickets for only $2 with 2 labels from the 32-ounce Powerade. Visit Astros.com for tickets. Yes, the Montreal Mets will be coming to town.
We were just talking about Montreal the other day.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
From Denton and the boys will be rolling in.
It's ball
in New York, see, that's what happens. You don't see a team all year, and you forget they even exist.
You know it. They have existed with some problems recently. K-Rod in a peck of trouble. Go with Santana's difficulties, both off the field issues. 2 balls, no strikes here to Mahalam. On the field, they're 58 and 57. They're 9 games behind Atlanta coming into play today. Phillies lead the Mets after 3-1-0 tonight at Citi Field. And that's a story in itself because the Mets have shut out the Phillies 4 consecutive games at Citi Field this year, 4 tonight. Shut them out in all 3 games of a series earlier, and then again last night 1-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's the year of the shutout. Slider got Mahalam for strikeout number 8. 2-0 Pirates. Stolen base leaders at home since 2008. Michael Bourne blows everybody else away. 73 stolen bases at home. Matt Kemp, Jimmy Rollins, Willie Taveras in the rearview mirror. Michael has stolen 73. And Michael, okay, she brought her own glove.
Well, yeah, she's standing up. I don't need any help.
Hunter Pence, line drive, left field, and that is a line shot homer for Hunter Pence, number 16. Quickly, it's 2-1 as he jumps all over that first pitch here in the home fourth from Paul Mahalam.
Talk about Buck keeping this game manageable. Now the Astros with a chance to come back. A good swing of the bat there by Hunter. Astros coming into this game and hit just 16 home runs all year against left-handed pitching. Dead last in the National League, just 3 more than Albert Pujols has himself. Nice swing of the bat there by Hunter, who has really been swinging it well in this ballpark.
Carlos Lee looks at ball 1. He grounded out to first earlier. Well, Hunter has hit .331 in his last 30 games. Rips one to left. 16 homers, 60 runs batted in for him. Carlos tried to check his swing. Hunter hit his second career homer off Mahalam there. Upstairs to Carlos. Jeff Keppinger on deck. The Astros had only hit 3 homers in the last 12 games when Hunter stepped to the plate. They went 279 at bats in between homers until Carlos hit his game winner last night in the 8th. It's a 4th game winning home run for Carlos in the Astros final at bat this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, a glove sometimes does come in very handy, especially in those Landry's Crawford boxes. Carlos down on a breaking pitch in the dirt. Strikeout number 3 for Mahalam.
Same pitch he threw to strike out Chris Johnson back in the 2nd. Nice assortment of pitches. He's not a hard thrower. Upper 80s, will touch 90. Typically sit right around 88, 89. You said about most of the starters. Ross Ollendorf, who pitched last night for Pittsburgh, was running it up there pretty good, 94, 95.
That slant comes in for strike 1 to Keppinger. You saw a happy youngster with the trophy out there, the Pence home run ball. Hunter takes over the club lead with his 16th. Keppinger actually got 2 days off. He scheduled off day Thursday and then did not find himself in the lineup last night. I was asking him, is that helpful for you to have consecutive days off when you've been grinding it, playing just about every day? He said, I don't know. I've never really played every day. He lines one to left field. It's helpful. He bangs it off the left field wall. Heads for second base. How about the legs? He's in with a double. Good throw would have had him. The throw from Tabata pulled Walker off the base. 28th double for Keppinger.
Yeah, and if he only had 1 day off and not 2, he would have been out by half a step. When he gets it airborne, he might whack it out of here, but right off the base of the wall. Short ball out there really makes that play fun. We see that play a lot here. Most ballparks hit a line drive over the left fielder's head. It's an easy double, but here with the wall to stop it, you get a lot of close plays at second base.
He's the club leader in doubles. Now Jason Michaels tops 1 for strike 1. He went to right field on an 0-2 count for a single in the 2nd inning. The Astros are leading the National League in average runs per game since the All-Star break, 5.4, and that's for 25 games. Team batting average 275 since the break. 289 with runners in scoring position. Bouncer Mahalam. 2 down.
It's a good read there by Keppinger. We see a lot of base runners get caught off base on that play. See the ball off the bat, they think it's going up the middle, and they break, and the pitcher cuts it off, and they're run out the drive.
He got back, and now that gives Chris Johnson the RBI opportunity with 2 outs. He struck out in the 2nd on that pitch JD was talking about. Ball 1 to CJ. Only one player in the National League has a higher OPS than Johnson since the All-Star break. That's the talented rookie for the Florida Marlins, Mike Stanton. Mahalam, a first-round pick in 03. He's from Greenwood, Mississippi. Roller to shortstop. Diaz there. To end the 4th, Houston gets a home run from Hunter Pence to narrow the lead to 2-1 Pirates after 4. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers, by AT and by Gullo Automotive. Bridges over the bayous in the downtown Houston area, looking from a distance at Minute Maid Park with a good Saturday night crowd, watching a 2-1 ball game through 4. Each club has 4 hits. The Astros got the Hunter Pence homer to make it now 2-1 Pirates. They got a 2-run homer in the first from Garrett Jones. Andrew McCutchen had led off the game with a triple, and he rode home on the Jones homer. And struck out, and that on appeal is strike 1 with the Alan Porter call. This fly ball hits for Hunter Pence's territory and right. And after Norris, who's settling in now. It's 8 straight, retired by Bud after the intentional walk to Jones in the 3rd.
Been powerful and efficient since all that trouble in the 1st and 2nd. So still getting the strikeouts, but not having to work quite as hard with the pitch count. So it looked like he was going to be out of here early, but he was settled in. 73 pitches now. Pretty good roll.
Free pass was in the 2nd, not the 3rd, to Jones, who's batting now. There's ball 1 to Garrett. And he put together a very solid year. Second half of last year, first half of this season. Hitting in the number 2 spot last night after cleaning it up last night. It's 1-1, and that worked wonders for John Russell when he powered that 2-run homer in the 1st. Wide of first. 1-2. Carlos Lee has really bought into this move to first base. He has taken ground balls on the infield for a long time anyway. Sort of relieve the boredom and keep sharp. How much first he'll play, nobody knows at this point, but he really seems to be enjoying it. Had some good plays in that Milwaukee game when he was there for only 4 innings. There's a swing, and it's called by David Rackley. It's strikeout number 9.
With Bud Norris and Humberto Quintero, you continue to pound away with this high fastball. If they're going to keep chasing, you might as well keep throwing it up there.
Two outs, and it's Tabatov. He is 0 for 2. He reached on an error, and he lined out. Strike to Jose. Jay Happ, who goes tomorrow, has given up just 1 run in his 3 career starts in this ballpark. 17 1/3 innings. No balls, 2 strikes. The Pirates answer with Jeff Karstens tomorrow. That's a 105 start. Dodgers got a run in the top of the 4th in Atlanta to lead 1-0. Ted Lilly on the mound. Ooh, he swung at it. Way upstairs for a strikeout.
How high will you go?
Number 10 equals his major league high in a game. And this is in 5 innings. Pittsburgh 2, Houston 1. And defense, Ryan Doman has thrown out only 5 of 76, 7% the worst in the National League. And Bourne will test him if he gets a chance, but Michael hasn't been on base in this game. There's Quintero taking strike one.
Matchup becomes a little bit more important now as you move through the middle innings of a one-run game.
Quintero grounded out to second on the first pitch thrown to him earlier. No balls, 2 strikes. There were some questions for the skipper, Brad Mills, about Quintero starting back-to-back games. He's really not deviating from sharing the job with Castro, getting the majority of the playing time. Jason getting a couple days off here. And Jason should be in the lineup tomorrow. This fly ball heads for the right fielder, Jones. One down. Patty Smith is searching for more stories. Patty?
Yes, and it is apparently just another one of those feel-good get-together stories out here at the ballpark. I got Butch and Gail here. Now, they were high school prom dates at Bel Air High School back in 1967. Reunited again for just here's their picture we're looking at right now at the prom. Butch, tell us a little bit about how long ago this was and what brings you two back together here all these 40-some years later.
Well, it's 43 years ago. And our prom at Bel Air High School was at the Shamrock Hilton that is no more. And we had Archie Bell and the Drells, Tighten Up. Everybody remember that. And the TSU Tornadoes, and we danced, and I had the best-looking date in the whole place.
And you went 20-some years. Now, this is only the second time you've seen each other. Is that right, Gail? You saw each other at your reunion.
That's right. And I have a son who loves baseball, and Butch was great enough to invite us to come down here and give us these great seats. And we're thrilled to be here and watching the Astros.
So it's been 23 years since you've seen each other. Does she look just like she did in that picture?
Well, I've gained 60 pounds, and she hasn't gained anything. She looks the same. But unfortunately, she's got a husband back here at the back eating and everything. We're going to have to handle that. But that's okay.
I didn't know anything about this whole husband thing. You know, I'm not doing too well. Hopefully my married couple will do well. This week has been really not good for me in the whole relationship department. But it is good to have them here together, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the game and good to see you guys getting together after all these years.
Thank you, Patty. Appreciate it.
All right, enjoy.
Thanks, Patty.
Guys.
Patty, keep trying for your matchmaker status. 3-1 to Bud Norris. And that's a strike. It's a full count to Bud.
I'm trying so hard to seek redemption.
It's been a tough week. You're in a slump, Patty.
Yeah, well, you know, that first one kind of blindsided me, so
yeah.
I've been kind of searching the ballpark, trying to prove that I do try to keep people together.
There's a liner left field. That's a shot into the corner, and Bud Norris gets his second hit. This one's a double.
Look at Bud. He's like the big kid in Little League, striking everybody out and getting all the hits.
Second hit of the game, hit number 6 of the year. That's his second double of the year.
We talk about it every time he pitches. He's a good athlete. He's a water polo player in high school. He's a very good golfer, good eye-hand coordination. Watch him take BP. You know, he can swing the stick a little bit. He crunched that one.
Second double for Bud. That's his first 2-hit game of the season.
We're looking over there at Clarkie going, hey, you want me to take third? You want me to steal this bag?
Michael Bourne has an RBI opportunity. He's 0 for 2. Strike on the outside edge for Michael. Michael's hit 192 against lefty pitching. Now, Patty's under all that national pressure now to come up with a match. After she went viral with that everything all over the internet with her matchmaking attempt. Bo and Sarah.
The Ballad of Bo and Sarah.
Yeah. We need to get some success for Patty in the stands. A little roller to first base. That turns into the second out as Clement handles it. Norris to third and Sanchez the batter. Sanchez 0 for 2 tonight. Big opportunity for the Astros here to tie this game. They've out hit the Bucks 5-4. Hunter Pence on deck. Mahalam has thrown 64 pitches. ball one. First time Paul faced the Astros. He faced Roy Oswalt here in April. He lost that game 4-3, giving up 4 runs in 7 innings. And then the shutout we talked about to even his record. Once again, he faced Roy. That was in Pittsburgh, July 18th, winning it on the 3-hitter.
Breaking ball down and into the right. He's been a good pitch for him tonight. Real sharp action on it. Sanchez tries to go the other way, and for that breaking ball moving in towards your back foot, it's tough to hit that ball the other way.
Curve comes in for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1-run lead here for the Buccos. The Astros haven't played many 1-run games, though, lately. Only one in their last 19 games has been decided by a single run. Sanchez just tops it.
Become his go-to pitch when he's looking for a strikeout. He got CJ down there. He got Carlos there. He's only got 3 punch-outs. He got Michael looking back in the 3rd.
Bouncer to shortstop, charged by Diaz. 2 in the 5th. No runs, a hit. Norris had the double, but he's stranded at 3rd. 2-1 Pittsburgh. Close play at second on Jeff Kepinger's double. He had to run hard to beat this throw from Tabata to second base. Neil Walker tried to get the tag on him. Just a little bit late, a fraction late. The Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by the Frostproof Coors Light. It's 5-4 in hits. The Astros lead. Pirates lead on the scoreboard 2-1. Couples night here at Minute Maid Park. Family night as well. Patti Smith is now searching for the folks who were just featured on Kiss Cam because she needs an amicable relationship here that she can lead toward fruition.
I thought for sure that prom story was going to turn into, and we met after all these years, and now we're together.
No, his husband's in the back.
Husband's back there having some fries, and we're just catching up.
Okay. 10 strikeouts for Bud Norris. Quintero bought him a little time after he ran the bases. Now he faces Alvarez. And there's ball 1. He has whiffed twice in this game.
Guys, do I really have to go find them?
No, you don't have to. We're not leading you on to do that. It's totally your selection as always, Patty.
You know, I have 20 years of success, and I have one breakup on the air, and now all of a sudden I have to redeem myself.
Isn't it amazing? And the breakup had nothing to do with the foul ball that hit her. She said that.
And frankly, they didn't break up on my air.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
That's right. So as far as we're concerned, you're still batting 1,000.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just stay with that lady, Patty Smith.
That lady or whatever.
Yeah, that lady or whatever, Patty Smith. But, you know, it is a microcosm. What have you done for us lately?
Instant gratification world we live in.
I'll take the challenge. I'm up for it.
That's 11 strikeouts and a new major league high for Bud Norris.
My goodness, how many is he going to get?
15.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's flipping along there. Alvarez 3 times now. All swinging.
Neil Walker twice so far. These are the 4 and 5 hitters in the order for John Russell. There's strike 1. That's pitch number 85 for Bud.
What does Crash Davis say in Bull Durham? Hey, let him hit it on the ground. Strikeouts are fascists.
This is in the air, but Hunter Pence has it measured for the second out. That's 12 straight retired by Norris. This is what Red Myers did last night. The Astros trailed 1-0 in the top of the third, but then he shut off the Pirates after that point. The Astros came back to win it with a 4-run 4-1.
Yeah, it's amazing for a pitcher how one key out can turn things around. And go back to that second inning bases loaded at bat by Tapito when he lined out to Keppinger. Hit the ball hard, but out. And Bud got into the dugout and pretty much shut down the Pirates since then.
Bowman hit by the pitch. And it bounced up there. That interrupts a string of 12 straight Pirate batters retired. There it is. Oh, no, it did hit him on the foot without bouncing.
Yeah, foot or the foot guard.
Yeah, it didn't really matter. Got a question on an email, JD. Have you ever seen a major league batter hit a pitch on one bounce?
For some reason, I think Vladimir Guerrero.
Okay.
I think I've seen Vladdy do it.
Okay. Jeff Clement has singled in 2 trips. Strike 1. He would be the guy.
Yeah.
Great bad ball hitter. Norris 1-4 with an ERA of 6 at home this season. 5-6 lifetime at Minute Maid Park. Throws ball 1, and it's a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Bud very aggressive now and attacking with that fastball. This guy's dangerous. He really hit the $190 coming into this thing, $199 I guess it was. He can turn on a fastball. You got to be careful here.
2-1 to Clement. And we saw that with his home run earlier this season against the Astros. He has that uppercut swing. First round pick of Seattle in 05. That 05 draft yielded a lot of great players. He was the 3rd guy drafted that year.
Tremendous power. He has too many holes. He strikes out a bunch.
.237 major league average for Clement. Beginning his career with Seattle. He had won the Johnny Bench Award as a catcher at USC. And he was traded to the Pirates along with Ronnie Cedeno in the Jack Wilson deal a year ago in July. It's a big cut. 3-2 as Norris put it right underneath his bat.
He struck him out with a 3-2 slider last time. And Clement, one of those hitters that just loves to hit the fastball and always wants to attack. He's one of those guys that's always going to convince himself he's going to get a heater. Say always, not always, but that's the general trend.
12 strikeouts for Bud Norris, but he trails 2-1 in the 6th. the blast of the night for the Astros. It came from Hunter Pence for their only run.
I'm trying to throw a little get over slider there. He got it over. And got it out. Two more of those and the Astros win.
Ball one to Hunter. He lined out to right his first time up. Astros had gone 279 at bats between homers. And then Carlos connected a 3-run shot last night. And then only 16 more at bats until Hunter went deep. 415 at bats in August with 4 home runs for the Astros. They're last in the league in long balls.
Pretty robust batting average. Hitting it out of the park.
Liner to left. Tabata plays it off the wall. That gives Pence a chance to beat it. And he does with a double. 21st double of the year and 2 extra base hits tonight for Hunter Pence. He hit a shot right by Alvarez.
Kind of looked very similar to the home run pitch. Maybe not up quite as much. But something moving in on him just a little bit. Lead-off double. Got to get this run home.
Carlos Lee's telling himself that right now. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a strikeout. Lead-off double. Hunter hit a lead-off homer in the 4th. Fly ball will get him to third at least. McCutchen with the grab. Easy tag and move to third by Hunter. 1 out. Lee stays with that successful practice of hitting the ball up the middle with men in scoring position. Hit it deep enough to get Hunter to third base.
Just trying to stay inside the ball, making sure he doesn't roll over. That's the last thing you want to do is hit a ground ball to the left side. Keep the hands in. A much better chance of driving it the other way with that approach.
Jeff Bagwell, Brad Mills talk about it. The infield comes in here in the 6th inning with 1 out and the runner at third for Jeff Cappinger, who doubled to left in the 4th after grounding out to third. Cappinger in the number 5 spot in the lineup, taking ball 1. This is the 6th time he's hit 5th this year. And he's exercising good judgment. It's 2-0 for Mahalam. Capinger's a .241 lifetime hitter against this lefty.
Tying run 90 feet away from home plate. Mahalam being a little cautious here to Cappinger.
The curve works for a strike. Cappinger's hit .288 against lefties this year.
Clark flashing the signs down at third base. Chatting with Hunter Pence, letting him know whether he's going on contact or not.
3 balls and a strike. Jason Michaels is on deck. Pirate pitching staff has had little run support this season. The Pirates are last in runs scored. That's a walk to Cappinger. Runners at first and third now with a double play in order, and Michaels batting. First walk for Mahalam.
I think once he got behind, he just didn't want to give any sort of 2-0 curveball there, and ultimately walked him, trying to get Cappinger to expand his strike zone. Now the Pirates will have the option of playing for the double play.
Michaels has singled to right and grounded back to the pitcher. Mike has grounded into 2 double plays this year at 121 at bats. Cappinger with 4 steals in 5 attempts. The base runner at first. Ball 1, not close. With this lineup, of course, with Carlos Lee at first base, that puts Michaels in left field tonight. Right-handed hitters are hitting .308 against Mahalam, and that man is acutely aware of all the statistics. third. Alvarez will fake home, and now Hunter Pence in a rundown with Gomit running him back, and he's tagged out by Diaz. But the Astros make the exchange of out number 2 and runners at second and third.
That was kind of fun.
I thought it was a double play ball coming off the bat.
Yeah, I thought so too. And I don't know what Alvarez. Let's take a look at the replay here. Ball pulls him to the line a little bit. Is sharply hit enough where it looked like it probably was a double play ball. Maybe he just didn't feel like making 2 long throws that they'd get their man. A lot of times too, I think that the fielder, if he's not fully prepared, I said, if it's this way, I'm going to go here. If it's this way, I'm going to go here. And once you see that runner going down the third baseline, no matter what you were initially thinking, your instincts kick in. You go, I'm going to get this guy. Right. And that's why, as the runner at third base in that situation, you go. Double play ends the inning. So you've got to force them to consider making a play on you. If they try to go around the horn, they don't get the double play, you score, and if you can draw the throw, then you keep the inning alive.
Well, the pitching coach, Ray Searage, was laughing at something that was said on the mound conference there.
That's not an easy play for Alvarez. I mean, if it's right at him or a step to his left, then it's easy to run, but he had to move a little bit to the line, and I think that's what changed his thinking.
Yeah, and that second bounce forced him to take it to the backhand side and reach down.
Yeah, kind of like he got kind of tied up a little bit.
Chris Johnson with first base open, 0 for 2. And ball 1. Quintero's on deck, so that was probably discussed when Ray Searage went to the mound. The fact that Johnson is the hottest Astro around. Alvarez gets a 2-hopper and throws him out. And it's no runs. 1 hit, 2 men left for the Astros. It's 2-1 Pirates through 6.
Last chance to catch summer baseball at Minute Maid Park. Take advantage of Kids Free all summer presented by Minute Maid. For every full price adult ticket you purchase in the infield or view deck sections, you can get up to 2 free tickets for kids 14 and under. Just visit Astros.com for tickets. Bill?
Thanks, Patty. 7th inning getting underway.
Uh-oh.
There's a good one.
John Daly?
Strike 1 to Diaz, leading off the 7th inning. Diaz singled to right in the 2nd inning, then he grounded out in the 4th. Astros about hit the Pirates 6-4 as that one goes foul. No balls, 2 strikes. They're going to have to be careful because Laurie's here tonight.
Yeah, we won't identify their location.
No. Laura shaking off the Quintero sign on his 96th pitch.
Now it becomes a little bit of a mental challenge because you're still on the wrong side of the score if you're Bud Norris, and you feel like that shouldn't be the case anymore. He hit the double. They had a leadoff double last inning. And if you're Bud Norris, you take that mound feeling like, come on, we should at least have tied this game by now.
Norris is due up second in the bottom half. Diaz strikes out. That's victim number 13 as the Astros get a lefty up in the bullpen.
And Diaz finally joins the parade. He was the only Pirate who had not struck out. And Bud got him with a good changeup. This pitch can be a real difference maker for him because most of his game is power. Perfectly placed.
That's Tim Burdack in the bullpen, and there's Mulholland with strike one. He is sacrificed and he is struck out swinging. The 13 strikeouts is a high for an Astro pitcher this year. Brett Myers struck out 12 against the Cubs July 27th. No balls, 2 strikes. There's the 100 pitch mark for Bud. 41 of those in the first 2 innings. That is settling down. Liner out over Keppinger into right center for a Mulholland hit.
Yeah, that is rich with irony, that base hit right there. As dominating as Bud has been. First hit for the Pirates since the second inning. It comes off the bat of Paul Mulholland.
Hit number 5 for Mulholland this season. McCutchen opened the game with a triple and scored on the Jones 2-run homer. He's 1 for 3. It's Arizona 6, Washington 2. They're in the top of the 6th at Washington. Strike to McCutchen. Gerardo Parra hit his 3rd homer. Kelly Johnson, number 18. Miguel Montero's hit a pair to give him 8, and Ryan Zimmerman connected for his 23rd for the Nats. 1 ball, 1 strike. White Sox lead Detroit 1-0. They're in the bottom of the 5th at Chicago against Rick Porcello. Johnson to his left, unloads to second. Keppinger to first, safe at first. Despite the best efforts of the Astros, McCutchen is a streak going up that first base line.
Yeah, one of the most difficult guys to double up in the league. Keppinger gets a lot on the throw, but McCutchen can really scoot.
Garrett Jones ripped the 2-run homer in the first. He drew an intentional walk in the second and struck out swinging in the 5th. Now Quintero goes out to talk. Tabata on deck.
It makes me think that Quintero's out there to buy time. Tim Burdack readies in the bullpen.
That would make it a lefty on lefty matchup for Brad Mills.
Tough call. Well, Norris has pitched so well since that first inning. You'd love to give him the chance to be the winning pitcher, and clearly that would not be the case if you removed him here. And not just that, he's been dominant. So he still may be your best option.
Leisurely toss over to first. Burdack has had time probably to be ready by now. Jones with a homer tonight is 3 for 8 in his career now against Norris.
The manager sends an infielder or catcher to the mound, sometimes to buy time for the reliever, sometimes to buy time for himself. As he contemplates, what do I want to do here?
Good point.
A little time to think about it. Arnie, what do you think? Man, he's still throwing good, Skip. All right, let's go with him.
Check swing called by Hunter Wendelstedt. Evens the count at 1-1. The Astros were very complimentary about Ross Ohlendorf of the Pirates last night.
And high heater has been a big weapon for Bud tonight. Jones just able to check there.
Check swing, and it goes foul. It's 1-2.
Really fighting himself on that high fastball. You could tell, all these Pirate hitters, probably from the first inning on, I said, okay, got to lay off that high fastball, but it's very difficult to do. They all commit. They see it early, and they want to swing at it. I've seen a lot of these check swings, half swings.
Runner takes off, and the throw's in the dirt. Trickles out behind second, but no further advance by McCutchen after he steals for the 24th time.
And you see the break by McCutchen, and the pitch was a high fastball. Typically a good pitch for a catcher to handle. He did not get off an accurate throw here. Good jump by McCutchen. And probably could have had third base had he wanted it. Those 2 outs probably did not make sense to gamble.
That's pulled away, foul. Pirates have run effectively against the Astros this year, stealing 7 in 9 attempts. They're in the middle of the pack in the National League in steals. And a run here could be awfully big for Mahalam. Pirate bullpen was a problem last night with Evan Meek taking the loss, giving up 5 hits and 4 runs in 1/3 of an inning. And he seemed to be having left ankle problems. That was downplayed in the Pirate clubhouse, even though he had ice on the ankle after the game. He said just bumps and bruises. Struck him out. 14 strikeouts for Bud Norris, but he trails 2-1 in the 7th. Homer in the first after a McCutchen triple. Hunter Pence solo homer in the 4th. Bud Norris a new career high 14 strikeouts. That's an Astros season high. And it's 2-1 for Paul Mahalam, throwing ball 1 to Humberto Quintero. That's his 81st pitch of the game. He is cruising. Bud Norris comes out to the on-deck circle, and it's Michael Bourne.
Why not? Got 2 knocks, 14 punch-outs, still very strong.
That's a looping liner up the right field line. Quintero, fielded by Jones, has hit his way on. He's 1 for 3 now. He snapped an 0 for 17 last night with a hit. And Norris comes up looking at Dave Clark.
And Jason Bourgeois bounces out of the Astros dugout. He will pinch run here. Interesting situation. Normally you think, well, this is a slam dunk, sacrifice bunt situation, but the way Michael Bourne has struggled against left-handed pitching, I would not be stunned if Brad Mills to try to cross the Pirates up here.
Well, especially given Domit's throwing issues. Norris is 2 for 2. Bourgeois has been an effective base stealer, drawing attention there.
Yeah, if there were a right-hander on the mound, I think it would be a pretty easy decision. Go ahead and just try to steal the base, let Bud try to bunch over to third base. And that would force the Pirates to have to pull the infield in. Lefty out there kind of fuzzies up the equation a little bit.
Bourgeois with 7 steals in 8 attempts. Has come off the bench a few times this season and just taken off without needing much of a read on the opposing pitcher. Pretty aggressive as a bench player. In tight to Norris. We have a new strikeout record at Minute Maid Park. Bud Norris with 14. That's the best ever in the 10 years of this ballpark. Butted, and Domit will throw to the second, Sacker covering Walker. The sacrifice for Norris gets Bourgeois to second, 1 out.
That's the percentage play. It's certainly understandable, and maybe now you think about stealing third base. They're going to pinch hit for Michael Bourne.
6th sacrifice for Norris. Previous record of 13 strikeouts was held by Wade Miller and Randy Johnson. So Norris moves the runner, and now we have Pedro Feliz coming out. Announced as a pinch hitter for Michael Bourne. Ray Searage makes his trip to the hill. Chris Resop, a right-hander, warming up for the Buccos. Feliz is 4 for 17 in his career against Mahalam with 2 runs batted in. Sanchez on deck. And an opportunity here for the Astros, trailing 2-1 to at least tie this game. Feliz has 1 pinch homer this season.
Just 2 for 19 in the pinch with that 1 home run. John Russell going to keep his lefty out there. If he were to bring Resop in, then Brad Mills would be able to counter with a left-handed bat, either Wallace or maybe Blum.
And a turn back towards second. Bourgeois is being watched.
Castro an option too, because he'll have to come into the game to catch anyway, with Q being pinch ran for.
Doman makes a good stop. There's ball 1. Feliz, of course, has been getting some starting assignments against left-handed pitching. Tonight it was Carlos Lee getting the call at first base. Pedro's hit .282 against lefties, 20 for 71.
Walker, the second baseman, hovering by the bag there, trying to tighten up the lead of Bourgeois.
Mm-hmm. 3-0. Wilton Lopez warms up for Houston. Sanchez on deck. Bourne was 0 for 3 while he was in the game. Feliz got the green light. 3 balls and a strike now. He's hit .263 with a homer against the Pirates this season. He's driven in 5.
And 3-0, you're looking for a fastball in the zone, something you can handle. It was a fastball in the strike zone. Kind of an awkward swing by Pedro.
Foul ball. Full count now to Pedro Feliz. An aggressive hitter who doesn't take too many walks. He's had 9 walks this year, 285 at bats. Good Saturday night ball game here at Minute Maid Park. Astros shooting for win number 50 of the season. And Feliz is down on strikes. That's number 4 for Mahalam. Angel Sanchez is 0 for 3. Sanchez was 2 for 3 earlier this season against Mahalam, but tonight Paul has pitched him very well.
The Astros had a 1-out double in the 4th, 1-out double in the 5th, leadoff double in the 6th, leadoff single here. Not being able to cash in any of those opportunities. Very frustrating night.
Mahalam is shooting for win number 8 of this season. With 7 victories, leads the Pirates staff. It's a 1-1 count. Pirates have had a rough time on the road. They've lost 8 in a row. They're 13 and 46 away from PNC Park this season. Out into right field. That will tie the ball game. Bourgeois scores the tying run, and the looping throw allows Sanchez to get to second. 2-2 game as Sanchez delivers RBI number 15.
A big swing in the bat there after all the frustration. Just a little flare into shallow right field ties this ball game. I thought he was a little too deep to begin with Sanchez up there with Bourgeois' speed. It would have been a good idea if you were the Pirates to really tighten up in right field, and then compounding that, the throw over the cutoff man, allowing him to go ahead and run to move into scoring position. You have to know if you're Garrett Jones, you're not going to throw Jason Bourgeois out at home with 2 outs after a soft base hit like that.
That was a mistake. Now Sanchez at second for Hunter Pence, who's homered and doubled. Strike 1 to Hunter. Carlos Lee on deck.
It's hard for an outfielder because you get caught up in the moment. You're in a tight game late. You want to come up big and make a play, but you're not going to throw Bourgeois out there unless he blows out a hamstring.
1-1.
Boy, interesting that Pence is getting this at bat off Mahalam. Boy, he swung it his last 2 times up.
Yeah.
Rocket home run, line drive double.
Aesop is ready by now, certainly. 2-1. Pirates starting pitchers have a collective ERA of 5.36. Lays off. It's 3-1 to Hunter. His home run in the 4th was his first in 69 at bats.
Very interesting pitch coming from Mahalam's perspective. He probably feels like if he walks Hunter, he's coming out of the game. But how willing are you to challenge on 3-1 with the swings Hunter's had against him?
Fly ball up center field, hit well. McCutchen with a long run. That one's off the bullpen wall. And the Astros have the lead 3-2 on an RBI double by Pence. His 3rd straight extra base hit off Mahalam.
And now John Russell comes to the mound 1 batter too late. Maybe want to give his veteran a chance to get Pence and stay in this game, but that's a tough situation for Mahalam. 3-1. If I walk him, I'm coming out of the game. So I'm just going to throw him in there, take my chances. And Hunter made him pay.
Second double of the night for Hunter, 22nd double of the year. 2 RBI game, ties him with Carlos Lee for the club lead with 61. And it's 3-2 Houston. Back in a moment. Uphill struggle for them. They just grabbed the lead on an RBI double by Hunter Pence. She wants to sink the Pirates. In the upper left, there's Larry Engelke and his wife Barbara. Watching the Astros put together 2 in the 7th, and now Chris Resop comes in.
Resop worked last night very briefly. 1 pitch, got it out. 7 games for the Buccos this year, no wins, no losses, 7.71 ERA. First game of the big leagues with the Florida Marlins back in 2005. Must have been an angel. Brave.
He'll be facing Carlos Lee.
Last night it was the 8th inning, and now tonight the 7th inning uprising. Fun games for the fans.
Absolutely.
Comes from behind. Late drama.
Resop last night got pinch hitter Feliz on 1 pitch. Lee 0 for 3 tonight. Keppinger on deck. Strike 1 for Resop. Whiffed 2 of the 3 batters he faced on Thursday in San Diego. His Pirates debut 9 days ago with a scoreless 9th inning after being claimed off waivers from the Braves August 4th. From the Florida Marlin. Then he went to Japan. 1-1. Resop this year at AAA Gwinnett in the Braves system made 15 starts with a 2.09 ERA there, 6-3 record. He only had 1 appearance with Atlanta, and that was in mid-June this year. Astros have out-hit the Bucs 9-5 tonight.
Resop really hasn't done much to distinguish himself at the big league level in his career. ERA 5.82 for 64 games. But pretty good arm. He's taking a shot at it for the Pirates.
1-2. Well, that's the thing about a club like Pittsburgh right now. It is the land of opportunity for young players. Resop ahead in the count. Pirates currently have the worst record in the majors. Off the plate, 2-2. This is the second in a stretch of 20 consecutive games without a day off for the Astros. So it's grinded out time here in the dog days of August. Going a 10-game road trip starting next week, starting in Florida, then going to Philly and New York. By the way, still 2-2. And Billman goes out.
Yeah, like the location of that fastball, he just wants to get together with the reshop and say, hey, we've been working him away. You want to take a shot inside? Continue to work Carlos away. You're doing him a favor in this situation. Man on second base, very good at going out and just poking that ball into center field. The catcher has to know his pitcher's limitations. Now, I want to throw a good fastball in. Can my guy make the pitch?
Out of play. First base side. This is Lee's 5th career start at first base tonight.
Carlos hit that home run into the Crawford boxes last night on a hanging slider, but it's amazing what happened when a powerful hitter like Carlos will yank a ball into the seats. All of a sudden, pitchers will gee, I don't know if I can go in on it. But it was a hanging slider. It wasn't a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, he swung at that fastball up and in on the first pitch last night. Time called. But Carlos has 13 runs batted in his last 13 games. Third hardest to strike out in the National League. The Astros as a team have struck out the fewest times of any National League club this year. All away. 4-2, Cincinnati leads Florida at Cincinnati, bottom of the 5th inning. Van Uggla hit his 27th home run.
Right up there with the league leaders.
Yes, he is. Mike Leake gave it up. Sean West, the lefty who started for Florida, battered around a little bit, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs, hit 4 1/3 tonight by Cincinnati. Reds could tie for the lead in the NL Central if they win that game. There to center, McCutchen hurrying in. Tremendous play by McCutchen to Rob Lee. And in the 7th inning, 2 runs scoring for Houston on 3 hits. It could have been more, but Sanchez got aboard, went to second as the Astros tied it. Pence drove him in, 3-2 Houston.
Welcome back to Minute Maid Park. It's time now for Chevy at the Ballpark. We'd like to recognize DeMontron Chevrolet for their support of Texas City Little League. For more information on Chevy's commitment to youth baseball, visit ChevyTexasBaseball.com. And guys, sometimes what you're looking for is right underneath your nose. This couple right here sits right below me. Game in, game out here at the ballpark. They're season ticket holders. They've been married for 59 years, dating since high school, no chance of breaking up. And I asked him, what would you do if a ball came your way? He said, I would do everything humanly possible, dive in front of her to make sure it didn't hit her, not like that other guy. So, redemption, scoreboard, story's over, case closed. Love does exist here at Minute Maid Park and on Fox Sports Houston.
Thank you, Patty. You conquered all. And there's a good story as we have all kinds of changes for the Astros. They lead at 3-2. One of them involves Wilton Lopez. You saw the other in center, one of the others. Here's Brett Wallace at first base. Jason Bourgeois in center field. Jason Castro, the catcher. Jose Tabata, the batter. It's 0-2 for Wilton Lopez. He's been a hot hand lately.
Ooh, hello.
15 strikeouts for the Astros pitchers tonight.
They had all those riding fastballs that Bud North to contend with, and now Wilton comes out of that pen featuring that power sinker. But he can go upstairs on you, too. We've seen him as high as 96. Looking for the 50th time, and he's been a revelation this year. 4-0, 3.19 ERA. Check out the strikeout to walk numbers. 37 punch-outs. He's walked just 5 all year. And look at his resume as a minor leaguer. That's not an aberration. That's kind of what he's done throughout his career.
Ball 1 to Alvarez. He has whiffed all 3 times to the plate. Lopez has not given up a run in his last 13 outings, covering 12 2/3 innings pitched. That's the 4th longest active streak in the National League, and the longest by a reliever. That's a foul ball.
Yeah, Wilton Lopez claimed off waivers from the San Diego Padres last April. It's a $20,000 waiver claim. That was quite a pickup by Ed Wade and his staff.
Paid attendance tonight, 31,608. Jason Castro setting up. Foul back. Humberto Quintero started the go-ahead rally with that single to right in the 7th. He left for the pinch hitter, Bourgeois. So we've had a lot of change here for the Astros. Now trying to protect their first lead of the game at 3-2.
Lopez is in Carlos Lee's cleanup spot in the batting order. Wallace in the 9 hole.
And a swing and a miss. Alvarez down on strikes.
That's a 4-bagger for Alvarez tonight.
He'll be fitted for the famous golden sombrero.
Well, at least he went down swinging all 4 times. Nobody can accuse him of being a looker.
And he can claim his prize by visiting any local Western store in Houston. Neil Walker is 0 for 3. He ropes one, but it goes foul for strike 1.
That would be a good little prank to pull. I was just thinking about that. Say, all the rookies on this Pirate Club, but one of the veterans would go, look, he punched out 4 times, but there is an upside to this. You go to fill in the blank Western wear, and they'll give you a free cowboy hat for that.
It's like the free turkey for the
exactly,
NFL players.
Yeah.
Walker looks at it. It's close, but it's a ball.
Oh, my. What happened to Rack 'em Up Rackling? Tight on us back there.
Lopez doesn't miss by much, as you said, with those strikeout to walk ratio numbers. He's usually right around the plate. That one had him clipping the outside edge on Fox Tracks anyway. Liner, and Sanchez slides into the catch. Well, the Astros have struck out 16, but they do get a good play on this ball, well hit to end the top of the 8th inning. 3-2 Houston. Showing you a very successful night for Bud Norris. 14 strikeouts. That's an Astro high for this season. Gave up a 2-run homer in the first, but then Hunter Pence got one back with a 4th-inning line drive shot. And then he had 2 doubles. The second one gave the Astros the lead 3-2, driving in Angel Sanchez, who had tied it with a single. That brings you up to date on a 3-2 ball game, and the Astros now batting in the bottom of the 8th inning. Keppinger, Michaels, and Johnson due up against Chris Resop. Paul Maholm in 6 2/3 innings allowed the Astros 9 hits, 3 runs. He walked 1 and fanned 4. Resop got lead to end the 7th on that catch by McCutchen in center. Now Keppinger to right center field. He unloads one. McCutchen back for the catch.
I want to try somebody else. You can go get him.
Resop from Naples, Florida, relying on a fellow Floridian, McCutchen, to run that one down. Now it's Jason Michaels facing Chris. Chris, 27 years old. He was drafted by Florida in the 4th round in 01. Michaels is 1 for 3 tonight. Johnson on deck. And it's ball 1. Brandon Lyons warming up for Houston. Gomit, Clement, and Diaz are due up in the Pirate 9th inning. Will Ledesma's throwing for Pittsburgh, a lefty. 2-0. Resop pitched for Hanshin in Japan last year. Did a dozen appearances there. 5-15 major league record coming into this season. It's 3-0.
Tried to throw that one breaking ball to Jason. A little spinner that stayed up. Maybe that's been the issue with him. He hasn't been able to really establish a secondary pitch. I've seen him pitch a whole lot. Based on a little bit I've seen. Explain that approach he took to Carlos Lee, who just continued to attack with one fastball after another.
Michaels was swinging on 3-0, got out in front of that pitch. Arizona 8, Washington 2. They're in the bottom of the 8th at Washington. J. Mike takes a walk.
Follow the Astros on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android phone with MLB.com at Bat 2010. Features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. You can find it all at Astros.com.
They're following in person tonight, but then they'll get a chance to check that out later. Chris Johnson's 0 for 3. He's been on base 25 consecutive games. That streak on the line right here.
There will come a time where the game will be played holographically in your living room. The guys will be running around. They'll high-five you on the couch on their way home.
That's it. We're headed there. Quickly. Bourgeois on deck. Bud Norris with a gem of an evening. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 14 strikeouts.
How about that after the way it started? Triple home run, E6, first 3-man reach. And then Bud just said, that's enough of that. And took control.
Got Tabata on that line drive with the bases loaded in the 2nd. And that would seem to be the turning point, the way things have gone. 0-2 to Johnson. Yankees lead the Royals 4-2 after 6 in Kansas City. A-Rod hit his 19th home run. Jorge Posada delivered number 13. Curtis Granderson belted his 11th. Wilson Betemit number 5 for Kansas City. Resop gets Johnson on strikes, 2 outs.
Resop showing a little bit of a different look there. Last 2 pitches, instead of that 4-seamer mid-90s, showing a 2-seam sinking fastball, running down and in on CJ. One at 91. That one clocked at 89, but with great movement.
Sure was moving.
Typically, the four-seam fastball is going to register a little higher on the radar gun. The two-seamer not quite as fast, but with better movement.
Jason Bourgeois came in to pinch run for Humberto Quintero, who wound up scoring the tying run on the hit by Sanchez after being bunted to second by Norris. So far, it's played out perfectly for Brad Mills to keep Norris in the game through 7, and then let him put down a sac bunt in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Astros grabbed the lead, and then he came out.
Tie game, he probably would have stayed in, but the Astros took the lead. And Mills, he turned it over to Lopez. Got line warming up out there now.
Yes. Lions pitched an awful lot lately.
Yeah, it would be nice to add a little insurance here. Brandon's pitched 4 days in a row. Sometimes when pitchers work that hard, he loses a little bit of his edge.
We're talking before the game about Jonathan Papelbon of the Red Sox. He's run into some tough times lately. That can happen this time of year with a closer who's working a lot. 0-2. But a team like the Red Sox, not feeling it can afford to fall any further behind, is going to go to the closer. Every chance. Wallace on deck. Wallace is in the 9 spot. And a strikeout for Rysop. Caps an impressive 8th inning for him. No runs, no hits, and a man stranded. Moving to the 9th. It's 1-run lead for Houston, 3-2.
The Astros Take a Player to School program presented by Whataburger. Kids from 1st to 8th grade are eligible for an opportunity to win a visit from Hunter Pence at their school, plus 4 sweet tickets and the chance to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Just go to Astros.com/Whataburger to register and see the official sweepstakes rules. Registration ends August 15th. Bill?
Thanks, Patty. Patty Smith has discovered the secret of great relationships during the game tonight. We go to the 9th inning now, and it's Brandon Lyon pitching, as JD mentioned, for the 5th consecutive game. He is 6-5 in 55 games this year.
Yeah, 1-run lead, so no margin for error here. And he faces Gilman, Clement, Diaz. I'm guessing Diaz doesn't get an at-bat.
Probably not. Gilman takes ball 1. He is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Another fine outing for Wilton Lopez. His 14th scoreless outing in a row. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Good, sharp slider there makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Doman.
Yeah, so clearly there was a conversation with Brandon Lyon before this game. I'm sure he went out and threw a little bit, and Milzer, Arnie got with him and said, well, how you feeling? You good to go? And Brad must have given him the thumbs up, all systems go. Brandon, excuse me.
He drops a curve in with Mark Melanson warming up for Houston. 1-2. Lyon threw 14 pitches last night.
Uncle Charlie dropping in right at the knees.
Don't you love it when Uncle Charlie drops in unannounced?
Yeah, very, very good to see Uncle Charlie. And because, you know, if Lyon were questionable, you could have run Lopez out there for the 9th and have Lyon come in reserve.
Melanson working, and there was a day off Thursday. Broken bat, Lyon.
How much fun is that? Just shot of the man's bat and then catches his little flare. You should have barehanded it. That would have been the only thing that made it better. Barehanded, you got nothing.
That's insult.
Just take that with the bare hand. Take a bite out of it and then throw it around the diamond.
That's some serious breakage there. 1 down. And Clement now, who could tie this game with 1 swing, is 1 for 3. Single to center in the 2nd inning. He shoots a line drive to the left field corner. And he's going to turn and head for second. Now, jam on the brakes as Jason Michaels gets the throw back in on target and holds him to a single. That could be a big play.
That could be a huge play. And last night the Pirates weren't able to take Lasting's Millage was on first base. There was a ball in the dirt, and he did not advance to second. And shortly thereafter, the game-ending double play. I'm not saying that Clement's at fault here. That would have been a risky proposition to try to get second. Ronnie Cedeno is going to pitch run.
Cedeno's had a bad left shoulder. He takes over while at the plate is a pinch hitter, Delwyn Young. Batting for Diaz. Cedeno with good speed. Represents the potential tying run. Breaking pitch. Gets strike 1 for Lyon. Young, a .250 hitter with 5 homers, has 25 runs batted in. He's had 156 at-bats. He is the best pinch hitter for the Pirates, hitting .286, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. In terms of the number of hits, anyway, Clement has 2 pinch homers.
286 as a pinch hitter is way above average. And 14 out of 49 with a home run in the pinch.
Last night, Lyon got him to hit into a game-ending double play. You don't suppose that could happen 2 nights in a row, do you?
I do. I do think it could happen.
Maybe this is a time for Uncle Charlie to pay another unannounced visit then. Stop in for some cold cuts. Whoa, swing and a miss. Strikeout will work. 2 outs.
Oh, bottom dropped out Uncle Charlie there.
Uncle Charlie dropped his transmission on this one. Watch this.
Straight down. 12-6 action on that curveball.
Now Lasting's Millage comes up.
Team punch out.
About that for a night for this Astros staff. 14 by Norris, 2 for Lopez. And Millage comes up. A tough way to bring a 10-game hitting streak to the plate. 273, 3 homers, 32 runs batted in. 1 for 9 as a pinch hitter. He started last night. He went 1 for 4 to extend that streak to 10 games. He had a hit in the 9th off Lyon, a line drive to right field last night. Strike 1. Lyon picked up his 3rd save last night. Matt Lindstrom is down tonight.
Cedeno has stolen 10 bases this year. He's been caught twice. Most clubs in this situation, down and run late, play very conservatively. Don't want to take any chances on the bases.
Village is not chasing. It's 1-1. Astros trying to go 8-0 against the Pirates at Minute Maid Park this season. Brad Mills Club shooting for its 50th win of the year. It's been an entertaining night here for these fans. One and two, and that curveball is working in great fashion tonight.
It would be interesting to put a video together of all the swings that the Pirates have taken at pitches out of the strike zone tonight, because they have been wailing and flailing.
Crowd standing, 31,608 bought tickets to see it. Two and two to Millage.
One shot upstairs with a fastball, changing the eye level a little bit. Millage really struggled with that slider off the outside corner. Has a hard time hitting it, has a hard time laying off of it. It's a bad combination.
First round pick of the Mets in 03, 25 years old. Not going for it, but Cedeno was going, and he moved to second base on that pitch in the dirt. Stolen base for Cedeno.
And that's a smart play to finally take that base by Cedeno, because I think in the situation we feel pretty comfortable that he was going to throw the breaking pitch after that high fastball.
That's the 11th steal for Cedeno. He's been caught twice. Now Millage has a man in scoring position. And a 3-2 pitch coming. And grounds one to second. Keppinger there. Over to Wallace, and the Astros win it. Another late inning rally gives the Astros their second straight win over the Pirates. They're now 3-2 on this homestand. Bud Norris going to 5-7 with a win with support from Hunter Pence, who has a homer and 2 doubles, driving in 2. Final score is Houston 3 and Pittsburgh 2.